back to my channel. I'm Danielle with Damn Fancy Creations, and today I am going to show you guys how to do another spray painted plaid tumbler. I hope you guys aren't getting tired of my plaid tumblers just yet. I have just had several people ask if I can film the different colored plaids that I do versus the regular red and black and white one that we see often. So I've added a couple different plaid colors this year, and today we are going to be doing a green and white version. I really like how this one turned out. I added a bleach spot and some pinstripes to mine, and it turned into a really pretty Christmas tumbler that's really classy. One reason I really like doing plaid tumblers are because they're pretty easy to do. I can get one spray painted from start to finish in about 30 minutes if I use all flat paint or matte paint so it dries quicker. And you can always add different things to them to make them different from the last one that you made. So some things that I like doing to my plaids to kind of set them apart or to kind of break up the colors that I do a lot, I add a bleach spot for my water slide. You can do pinstripes down the side with different colored vinyl. You can add glitter to the top, to the bottom, all over. You can do all sorts of things to kind of break them up. So if you guys are ready to see the green and white version, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is prep your cup and spray paint it white. I like to use flat Rust-oleum because it dries really quick. Then we are going to be using oregano and hunter green. I couldn't remember the colors. So we are going to start this plaid just like every other plaid we do by laying down a few pieces of tape. This one, I just laid down a whole bunch of them and pulled up the center. The middle piece is always there just to be your spacer. So once you get a couple pieces of tape on there, I am just going to pull up the middle pieces of these. Sometimes I do it 3 at a time. Sometimes I do the whole cup. It just depends on how I feel. So you guys can see I'm pulling up the center and relaying it. So this one is pretty good. I didn't need to go back and adjust anything, so I am going to go ahead and spritz my color. This is the oregano, and I am just lightly spraying the color on the cup. I usually hold my cup about a foot away from me. So then you're going to remove the tape and we're going to save it for later. And then once your paint is dry, we're going to do the same thing in the next step, just the opposite direction. I did have to wait for this paint to dry a little bit because they are satin and semi-gloss versus the typical flat or matte that I buy. But you can let it dry for a little bit, or you can hit it with your heat gun for a few minutes just to help the paint dry. So we're doing the same thing, pulling up the center piece of tape because that is just our spacer. And once we get this tape on there, we are going to spray the next color, which I actually did a mix of the oregano and the hunter green. I ended up adding some of the hunter green in just to help bring out that color when we actually do the solid hunter green squares, so it all blends nicely together. So once this color is 100% dry, we are going to take the tape we originally pulled off and apply it on the same line. You are always going to apply it on the lighter color squares on your cup. And now we are going to spray with the hunter green. And I end up going around the cup a couple different times just to be sure everything is covered, but I do it in really light coats because I don't want any drips on there. You can also spray your bottom during this step. And now you are ready to remove all of the tape. Now I ended up adding a bleach spot and some pinstripes, but you can dress it up however you want. There's so many different possibilities, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and can't wait to see what you guys create.